What's up, guys? We're running it on the goonerfist channel because we have some laughable L's to discuss today, guys. It's going to be funny. This is actually kind of a little test video, trying out different things on the second channel, which is what I deem as a shitpost channel for fun. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So just about a week or so ago, I actually covered this in a live stream on the Twilight Zone of Gaming on my main channel, Cult Classic Cage. And just to summarize, basically, Reforged Gaming made some accusations about Paris, and Reforged Gaming was incapable of standing on business. He was actually arguing with Paris. He was arguing with another dude that Paris works with about, essentially the validity of their work and if they're, shills and whatnot. And Reforged could not defend his claims at all, and he eventually deleted all of his tweets. And it was just, it was a hilarious unfolding of events. And Paris, well, basically handed Reforged one of the ugliest L's I think that he's ever gotten thus far. What Reforged did that was truly slimy was that he made a bold claim. He couldn't actually back it up, and instead he retracted the claim, still said that Paris was essentially full of shit, and then invited Paris onto his show so that obviously he can get the engagement from it. Paris called it all out and made Reforged look like a complete clown. So that kind of summarized that situation, which leads us to another particular loser in our space, being Kahlief Adams, or whom I like to call Queef Adams. He happens to actually be one of Paris's good friends, very close friends, mind you. Perhaps, I would like to say maybe Paris's pocket pussy, because that's how he walks around these spaces. It is hilarious. What's even funnier is that Kahlief Adams actually tried to pull a Paris Lily in this situation, but instead made himself look exactly like Reforged Gaming. This is one of the most ugliest self-owns I have seen that I can't help but laugh about. And on this second channel, this channel is specifically to shitpost, and I couldn't find a better shitpost today than to do this. Now, due to Kahlief's connections, he's able to engage in access journalism, to which he goes on to glaze some of the most laughable releases, that I've seen the past year or so. And with Kahlief here, he also engages in this sort of own the chuds nonsense like behavior all the time. None of this really helps his channel, like despite being, having all the tools, having a relatively reasonable following. The only real following he has is on Twitter. People respond at times to his own the chuds tweets on Twitter, but anything else, like him actually showing he's into sports or anything, basically, when it comes to people having to like Kahlief for Kahlief, nobody cares about him. It's only when he has these little own the chuds moments and he has to beg for likes and stuff. It's so laughable. But in this situation, we are going to have to refer to Kada, aka Khalil Too Short's screenshot that he has of his back and forth with Kahlief Adams, because Kahlief decided, just like with Reforged Gaming did with this dispute with Paris, Kahlief decided to delete all the tweets after he took this massive L. So shout out to my boy Khalil Too Short. Go follow him on Twitter. Go follow him on YouTube. Dude is blowing up. He's a fucking beast. So with Queef Adams' little own the chudge moment here with haters are gonna be big mad, Assassin's Creed Shadows is very good, his shilling of Assassin's Creed for his continued access, I'm sure that my boy Kato was like, well, I'm sure if given an invitation, Queef Adams would in fact come on his live stream and defend his position on Assassin's Creed Shadows, even though Kada, of course, doesn't really seem to like Assassin's Creed Shadows very much. He's been streaming it for his viewers, and so basically Queef Adams and Kada have opposing opinions on Assassin's Creed Shadows, and mind you, Kahlief Adams has actually been on a live stream with Kada, essentially on Kada's channel before in the past. Kada in the past had asked Paris to be on a live stream with him to discuss basically disagreements that they had, and Paris said, sure, but I really don't want to engage with Atreus because he doesn't seem to act in good faith, but can I have Kahlief Adams on so that we can have a sort of discussion, a group discussion together, since they, Kada as well as Kahlief and Paris kind of had some disagreements. It was actually a very good discussion between Kata and Paris. They didn't agree on everything, but Paris did a reasonable job in trying to have a discussion, meet in the middle, clarify each other's differences and where they agree. Like, Paris was there to genuinely have a conversation, whereas Kahlief Adams, however, was not there. He was, to do anything positive. He was there to be divisive. He was there to be kind of just act like a cunt for the whole time and be extremely defensive. He's just completely obsessed with being the obnoxious culture vulture type who, like, I guess you could say is like a gay black version of Anita Sarkeesian, and he feels entitled to be such. He is really just all the things that we take issue with in the gaming space being hijacked by these activist losers in our space. So Kata goes on to DM Kahlief Adams asking, "Hey man, can I get you on stream to talk Assassin's Creed Shadows? Because I can't for the life of me see what's good about it." That's a fair ask, right? Kahlief is so strong about his opinions. He constantly wants to own the chuds, and he's played the game, and so has Kata. So it would actually make for an interesting conversation to see why they have such differences about the game. To which Kahlief's reply was, "Cat will ask you to come on their shows to play like they want to discuss things in good faith. Then, when you roll through, they run back to their crew and make negative content about you." It's funny, especially since Paris asked him to be on Kata's live stream in the past, and well, yeah. Then Cleve goes on to say these new N words or something, and it's just hilarious how this dude just goes about life self victimizing himself in order to create this hierarchy where he's somehow at the top. It's crazy, bro. Like, Kata, he's the type of dude, he goes about his life owning that shit, all right? He's a victor, not a victim. Unfortunately, Kahlief just always goes about that victimhood shit, and it really is just this really sad power play that you have to watch, in which he tries to essentially, say that he's more this than, Kata is. He's more black than Kata is, just because he goes about life being a fucking fake victim. And my question to Queef Adams is, you really thought you were just going to be devoid of criticism just because you showed up to the live stream? Clearly you didn't want to be there. You pulled up to the live stream acting like a stuck-up pocket pussy bitch the whole time at fucking Paris's side. Just nothing. You give nothing. You offer nothing. You should have just not have shown up to begin with. And it's crazy that you're the type to act like, well, your opinions are so strong, bro. You flake at any time. The only reason why you were there was because Paris was there. Otherwise, you wouldn't have even been there either. So stop pretending like you have such strong opinions and that they're, the right opinions and whatnot. You can't even defend that shit. And like I said, Queef Adams deleted all the tweets, but Kata replied to what he said, saying, "I reached out to you directly in good faith to have an actual discussion about how you could call the game good when it's objectively not. I don't agree with you, nor do I generally like you, but I have enough general respect to at least talk to you in good faith. If you didn't want that, that's fine. You could have hit me back and said so, but you didn't have to run to the timeline like a pussy and pretend your feelings are hurt because someone else said something you don't like. These access media N words really are something else, and next time have the balls to tag me." Bro, this motherfucker got cooked, dog. That's funny. That shit hit so hard that Queef Adams just outright deleted his post. He tried so hard to pull up Paris Lily, but ended up just like another Reforged Gaming. It's so funny, man. But it doesn't end there. In order to protect what little bitch ass image Kahlief has, he decided to go on to block Kata. So, yeah, he just clearly couldn't stand on business. He clearly couldn't actually defend his position. He just wants to be able to grift freely with his journalistic access. What does that mean anymore besides just being a complete failure and a lying, deceiving, grifting cuck? But I just thought that this was funny, and really making this video was for fun more than anything else. Oh my god. These industry nut huggers really need to stop trying to go at us because, bro, you need to keep your image nice and squeaky clean so that you can continue to get that access. Because y'all can't go to war like we could go to war. We don't give a shit at the end of the day, right? We aren't trying to get access. We aren't trying to get free shit. We aren't trying to, schmooze with industry heads so we can get those nice little interviews and all that. We don't need to act on our best behavior for all that because we will continue to survive even without all that stuff because we're entertaining, we're actually fun, we're genuine. We're actually the hardest competition for people like Kahlief Paris's Pocket Pussy Adams over here when you really break it down. And that's why he definitely takes serious issue with us. We will continue to point out the activistic, ignorant nature of both the left and the right because it's important. We don't want that shit in gaming. We've been saying it for years, and it's important now more than ever to stand on business, something that Kahlief Adams over here clearly couldn't do. But yeah, guys, if you haven't, do hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're really close to, I think, 350 subs, trying to get to 500, which really, the fact that I've gotten this far so fast says a lot. I really appreciate all the love and support. And this is indeed my second channel. Go check out Cult Classic Cage if you want to see my usual channel stuff. This is like a second channel shit post for fun, and believe it or not, I actually had a lot of fun making this video, so hope you guys did too. I'm Goonerfist with God Gooning Speed.